Hello, welcome to Season 2 of Escape Pod. We've done 10 episodes, 10 main episodes, and now it's time to get a change in scenery, and start with episode 2 with a fresh coat of paint. Christian,
Yeah, what's up, friends?
how are you feeling about 10 more episodes of Escape Pod?
I have a cat on my lap, so I think I'm happy.
Could you drop some pictures of that cat in the chat?
God, I wish I could. My phone is dying, so. Oh, I'm
Oh,
not on a phone anymore, by the way.
oh yeah, you're on the desktop, and it kind of we tried recording this visually, but unfortunately the I don't think your computer could handle the video chat on Discord.
Yeah, I don't think so. It tried though. It gave it the old college try.
Yeah, bless its heart. You think it would be able to handle an in-browser video chat like Messenger easier?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, we can test it out, but
We could test
possibly.
it. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be a certainty. I do want to say the artwork that is for season 2 is made by our old friend Atronoxora. I hope I'm. Did I? How did you pronounce her name, Christian?
Astronaut Aura.
Yeah, year later, and I still barely know how to pronounce it, but
It's a Skyrim reference, and I think that's awesome.
it is cool, and she's cool. But she did make this banner for me. I paid her through Patreon, um, last year, and we're finally getting around to using it. So I guess better late than never.
Yeah. Thank you, Mother Atro. Thank you for letting us do this.
Yeah, she's cool.
Not to mention, she owns mice, and that's kick ass.
Yeah, I hope all those mice are doing well. I do have to send a big F in the chat, um, to the death of my the recent falling of my guinea pig Edward.
Oh,
Yeah, poor guy. Uh, we he's doing the other one, Alphonse Ednow, like Full Metal Alchemist. Alphonse is doing good. I think he was confused why he was alone at first, but now he has a lot more room in his cage to roam around in, and I think he's happy about that.
oh, nice. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode.
Oh
What
yeah.
what are we talking about today?
Well,
I have something that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I need to send a second F in the chat, for Stan Lee.
Oh, that's like that. That's all of those, my friend. That's
uh, it was rough
that.
to
I
hear.
I got the news. Oh, man, I just wanted to cry when I found out that he had passed away. Because
It's unfortunate because I'd be lying if I said I was a huge Marvel fan, but he is such a sweet guy. I mean, you hear him talking, you just want to hug him.
yeah, gosh, not to mention we're not going to have a cameo in the next big Marvel movie.
I don't know what is the next big Marvel movie. I know he's going to have a cameo in the Into the Spider Verse because that movie's already made. And that movie looks like
Yeah.
it'll be the best Spider-Man Marvel anything to ever exist. That movie looks fucking awesome. But I know he's going to be in that, and they're probably going to put something at the end credits for him. But
Yeah. Well, I the same thing. The end credits for the next Avengers movie.
it's a shame the last movie he was in was Venom.
I still haven't seen it as well.
I hear, like, I don't know. I hear it's a shitty movie. That's why, like, I feel bad that was the last thing he got to be in.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews. That is,
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not I want to see it or not.
But before that, he was in, and I will admit, this was one of my favorite movies of the year. It wasn't like the greatest movie ever made or anything, but it's a load of fun to sit through. Teen Titans Go to the Movies. He was in that.
Hmm.
He was as like a
Oh.
joke, like, "Ah, this isn't a Marvel movie, hey." Um,
Hmm.
but it was still a really funny cameo. I really liked that. Uh, but I forgot about Venom, and it was weird for me to think that the last movie he could have been in was a DC movie.
Oh, that would have been funny.
That would have been really interesting, yeah. But no, I guess Venom saved the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
I mean,
and
anyway.
I was wondering if you wanted to show some appreciation for our past guest, uh, as a way to start off season 2.
Thank you to Radical Diaz, and Bone. Thank you. Of course, Mama Atro. Thank you for that.
Atra.
And then, yeah, Atronoxora.
Oh, Atronox are right. And Striker Dawson TV, who is becoming a big TikTok star as we speak.
Oh, really?
He's not super popular on there, but he likes using it.
Nice.
He has a couple of creative ones. Have you done TikTok?
I have not. I've thought about it.
I downloaded it for some memes, and there's some good memes, but like after a couple of days, just days of using the app, I realized it's like maybe the same 5-ish jokes, 5, 6, 7 maybe. You'll get the same punchline every few ones you watch, but it's fun for that first day.
I see.
Yeah.
Well,
if you get on there, I'll send you some good ones. But I'm spending less and less time on it as time goes on, and I've only had it for 2 days.
as time goes on, remember it's only been a couple days.
But TikTok's interesting. I like it more than I thought I would. It's definitely better than Musical.ly.
I never liked Musical.ly.
No,
I hated it so much.
It's given light to so many like horrible, not even bad because like they're all kids, right? But I mean, like I can't make fun of them. But I mean, like it's like.
Oh, I can.
It's bringing. Oh, I'm not going to turn into Leafy's here, but it's bringing more attention to children content creators. And like, there's like this JoJo girl who talks like, "This JoJo," and she got her own Nickelodeon show just for being annoying.
Oh, that's cringeworthy.
Yeah, it's like Nickelodeon is just the corporate business here to hop on whatever kid becomes popular before they get.
They used to be cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember, like Nickelodeon, it's kind of predicted, like they forecasted this whole internet craze with iCarly. Like that stuff was like a show about kids on the internet before that was actually a common real world thing, and now they're like on the other end of it where it feels like they don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to say there is one guest that we had that I was alone in his episode. It was episode 2. It was Hunter Jeffers. He's a good friend of mine. Graduated high school with him, but he doesn't do anything on YouTube or the internet. But he's just as important for Escape Pod history. So
that's true.
Pay equal respect to all 5 of our guests, and that includes even Tanya, who I've done the bonus episodes with. Thank all of you, and thank you, Christian. You're my co-host. I couldn't do it without you.
Well, thank you. I try to be on as many of these as I can.
Yeah, and like there's been times I've had to do it without. Yeah, it's nothing personal. It's just because we're both busy and we have different schedules. We do this when we can, and that's kind of the charm of it. Like I know, like we went like a long time without making any episodes. Escape Pod had a huge hiatus between episodes 7 and 8. But I do want to.
Well, yeah. It's because we both had a ton of stuff going on at the time.
Oh, absolutely. And I just want to say, as much as I love Escape Pod and I never go a day without thinking about it, I'm okay with podcasts and main videos going a long time without coming out.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't want to turn this into a weekly or daily or definitely not daily, but I don't want to turn this into like too common of a thing, because then it'll just kind of lose its value to me.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I was gonna say I'm at a point where I'm perfectly fine doing a weekly podcast if ever becomes a thing. But
Weekly I could handle, but not right now with school and work.
oh yeah,
But
I'm trying to
definitely
dribble the two.
definitely when I'm on like school breaks, like if I go through like winter break or spring break without making an episode, I'll be very mad at myself.
Yeah.
But
Well, see,
yeah.
one of the things I wanted to talk about was I just finished it. So, Jonna, you've seen How I Met Your Mother, right?
I used to love the show. Haven't watched an episode of it since it's gone off.
I absolutely love it. It's definitely one of my favorite shows of all time.
Oh
But
yeah,
there's an
it's one of the most well thought out sitcoms for sure.
oh yeah, they would do call forwards to things that were 2-3 seasons ahead of that.
That's what made it crazy. It was like an anime in sitcom form. It's so good.
It is so good.
Yeah.
But so there's an episode where it's in the early seasons where Ted is trying to get with Robin but remain casual, so they throw multiple parties, all while Marshall is trying to write a 25-page paper.
Right.
And it gets to the point where he has one night to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and he got a B. I recently had something happen similar, where I had to work, and it got to the point where I got off at 11 and the paper was due at midnight, but it was only a 5-page paper, and it was about my favorite subjects.
And did you write you're only a 5-page paper? You wrote a 5-page paper in 59 minutes or less?
Yeah.
God damn. And you
okay.
What was your grade on it?
Oh, I got a B.
Damn, you got a B on a paper you wrote in less than an hour?
Yep.
That's impressive, my dude.
Well, I mean, it was about one of my favorite subjects of all time. And
what is that subject?
Golden Age of Piracy from 1690 to 1730.
Piracy, like actual pirates?
Yeah, like Blackbeard, Benjamin Hornigold, Charles Vane. I could throw out pirate trivia like nobody's business.
That is interesting. That's something I didn't know about you. I didn't know you actually cared about like actual real world pirates.
Well, I'm a history major, and yeah, if I get time travel, that's where I'd go. Is like that's if you think about it, that was one of the golden ages of freedom because it was guys doing whatever they felt like doing.
This is anarchy. It sounds like to me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
also
from what I've seen of pirates, the way they eat, like they just kind of like sail the seas and rape women. Isn't that what they do?
No, actually, you've seen the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, right?
I wish I had. I hear they're really good. I know. I haven't seen a lot of famous movies. I spend all my time on obscure foreign shit.
Okay, so in Pirates of the Caribbean, throughout all of the movies, what is referenced multiple times is the code.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real thing. That was written for different, like by different captains for different ships. Blackbeard has his own version of the code, as did Charles Vane, Benjamin Hornigold, and Bartholomew Roberts. And in each and every one of those, it was written that if you were caught with a woman or man without their consent, then you would be marooned on an island with one bottle of water, one bottle of powder, one pistol, and one shot.
So they expect you to just commit suicide after a while.
You're marooned on an island, which at that point was pretty like they could just find a sandbar with no life whatsoever. And after you run out of water, it still starts looking real friendly.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so they weren't rapists. Not all of them were rapists.
Well, not all of them. Of course, I mean, I'm sure there were like good and bad pirates, but what I'm saying is like that sounds like a horrible way to live. Didn't they just eat like the most like low quality food in existence?
Oh yeah, Unless they were making port, they had nothing but fish
Wasn't
or whatever they got off other ships.
isn't there like that hard cake that like never really expires, but it's like a hard cake that's like really tough to eat?
Food cake, yes.
Yeah, I've heard about it on salmonella. Not the
Oh, it's
disease.
gross.
You've seen his videos, right? Salmonella Academy.
No, I haven't.
He made a video about what pirates ate and what it was like to be a pirate, and does not sound like a good life, whether you're
Well,
raping people or not.
some pirates led much better lives than others. For instance, um, take Blackbeard for example. He sacked 18 ships in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
He was considered one of the most feared pirates of all time, but he probably didn't live a very good life because he didn't really take that many prizes. Matter of fact, he kidnapped 3 people from Charlestown in South Carolina and held them captive. And believe it or not, the hostages were offended when Blackbeard got what he wanted, which was just a small chest of medicine. But if you look at a pirate like Bartholomew Roberts, who is now claimed to be the most successful pirate of all time, in 3.5 years, he took 300 plus ships. He lived excellently. Him and his crew had the best quality food, best quality alcohol. Believe it or not, Bartholomew Roberts did drink.
I imagine that would be a pretty successful life for a pirate.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, he was killed. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, how long did he live? How old was he? What was considered old for that time period, even?
I believe quality of life you lived, like, I want to say 60 to 65.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but Bartholomew Roberts died, I believe, at the age of 40, and
for the time.
Well, he was only a pirate for 3.5 years.
Okay. Well, what else was he?
Oh, before that?
Yeah.
Nothing but a sailor. He sailed back and forth. He was a privateer for a little bit for the king at the time, the King of England. And he was a devout Catholic. So every Sunday, even when he was a pirate on his ship, he would have Sunday service. Yeah.
So he was a Christian boy pirate.
He was.
Good for him.
And a tea drinker. He only drank water and tea. He wouldn't touch alcohol. Which for a pirate, why?
That is rare. That is pretty rare. But I imagine imagine being drunk and also having like the waves of the sea under you.
Most pirates at the time didn't complain.
I bet they didn't.
But
you're talking about something I don't know much about. It's interesting, but it's something I don't know much about.
Oh yeah. Well,
one pirate movie.
Even when we're not recording. Oh, go ahead.
One pirate movie I have seen, if you want to talk about good pirate movies, is the Pirates, the Aardman stop motion one. What's it called? Pirates, Band of Monsters.
Pirates Band of Monsters?
Yeah, it's this like stop motion kids movie.
I think I know what you're talking about. Let me throw up a picture of the movie casing in chat.
Misfits?
Pirates Band of Misfits. That's it.
Yeah, I can only see like the bit of the DVD from the corner of my eye right now. I have to like really turn my head to see it the way I'm sitting. And
oh god. This isn't even funny.
What do you mean?
Oh my god. It's what it says on the top of the casing. It says,
Yeah,
laugh your booty off.
yeah, yeah. It's a good movie though. I promise. It's like actually like a really good movie.
Oh man. I feel like I need to see this.
Yeah, it's by the people who made Wallace and Gromit and stuff like that, like Shaun the Sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which were all good.
yeah, yeah. I haven't seen anything bad from them.
Shaun the Sheep. Oh no, we're not gonna get copyrighted for that, are
For you going Shaun the Sheep? No,
we?
I don't
Shaun
think.
the Sheep.
H-
Oh, it's such a good intro song.
how does the rest of that song go?
I don't know. All I recall is they say it's Shaun the Sheep a lot.
Oh yeah, you're thinking of like the end credits song from Shaun the Sheep. I remember seeing that movie in theaters with my grandfather, and it was full of children and their parents.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of like quote unquote not kids movies, but I have seen a lot of animated movies. My grandfather, like we saw Shaun the Sheep, of course, and then I took him to see the Cat Returns and My Neighbor Totoro, a bunch of Ghibli movies. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, he likes Ghibli a lot. Like I don't know how much he likes them, but he does like them. Um, because I've shown him a lot of them. He's never disliked any of them. They're always pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm sorry I can't follow up on more pirate knowledge for you.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, but you said you didn't you have a was that your topic you were going to talk about?
Oh, yeah, but only for a little bit. I don't want to bore our viewers.
Yeah, but I'm impressed. You wrote a 5-page paper on pirates in less than an hour, and I could barely write less than like a 2-page paper on um economics in 12 hours.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I don't care enough about econ to be able to do that.
No, I don't think anyone does unless you do it for a living.
And well, I'm getting the most useless degree that I can.
Gender
And
studies?
no.
Well, whatever it is. Okay, oh, political science.
No, it's a history major.
I'm just fucking
It's
with
a
you.
history major.
Is history be honest, like is a history major deemed like useless by like the general public or
Not if you're not if you're planning on being a historian. Otherwise, yeah, pretty much.
a historian or a teacher?
Yeah, yeah. I'd love to teach history at some point for the
Yeah.
sole purpose of coming in
Uh,
for two different eras of time.
well,
Um,
you and I had like a very interesting like high school time together, and I was wondering like if you could if you could see yourself being a teacher in high school for years and years and years.
yes, actually. Um,
See, I don't know if I could lock myself in that environment permanently.
hmm. Well, I don't want to do it permanently. It's just I more so would feel like I would do better teaching like a college class.
Yeah, I could see you being more of a college teacher than a high school teacher because like there's little to no drama in college,
Yeah,
which
I couldn't handle high school.
which kind of makes it
God,
boring.
not really. Not if you're having fun with it. For
No,
instance, I would.
I mean like college. Like I haven't really made any new friends just at college. Like I've met some people that are cool, but I mean like so far with my relationship with college, for some people it's like the best time of their lives. But with my relationship with it, I just haven't. It hasn't been as interesting socially as high school.
Yeah. Well, see, for me, it's like because I do most of it just online. Uh, it's not bad. I get along with my professors, but otherwise, it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
But if I would teach, I would teach an online class. I would actually go and like teach in a lecture hall.
I'm not sure how if I could do that. Like the teachers just they stand up there and they talk for an hour, 2 hours, depending on the class. And like I know it was a bit of a joke that I talked too long in high school. Like I didn't talk too much. The thing is like if you got me talking, I would talk for too long, which is kind of why I started this podcast. It's one of the many reasons for it. But
Yeah,
I don't know if I could do that in front of a class and do it for meaningful subjects for the whole time.
yeah, I understand.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I would be good at it. I have no idea. I just think I would I'd have trouble taking it seriously and would just want to have fun with it.
Yeah,
But you
no,
can't
I
do that.
understand. Well, I mean, you can at points. Like for instance, do it for like to cite two examples. If I do in fact become a history professor,
Mhm.
during like teaching about the golden age of piracy, there's no way I'm just as Blackbeard. It's happening.
You cut off and all I said there's no way I just black dude. That's all I heard.
No, I'm more than definitely coming in dressed as Blackbeard.
Oh, Blackbeard. I thought you said something about a black dude.
No, 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 no. But and for like teaching about Al Capone, I'm doing nothing but wearing suits.
Oh, that would be cool.
Uh,
Would you put on like the voice?
Almost definitely.
Oh yeah.
I do my best, but like I found what my best impression is by far, and it won't make sense to you if you haven't seen the show Big Mouth on Netflix.
I have not watched Big Mouth. It's been recommended to me, I will say. It just does not seem like my type, my cup of tea. I don't like the art style very much.
Hmm. It's kind of like the Rick and Morty art style, but not very much.
I've heard it compared to Rick and Morty, and I've heard it compared to all I can think of is like it's an even uglier Family Guy.
No, it's actually hilarious. It is. It's great.
I hear it's funny. It just depends on who you ask. Some people say it's. I'm surprised to see how well received it was. Like after everyone was going to say, "Oh, this is horrible. This is like kiddie porn," and then
It's very close to that. I freely admit it's quite close to that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not to say Netflix hasn't had its fair share of kiddie porn. There was one foreign film on it that showed a sexual scene between two children, and it stayed up on the streaming service for a long, long time.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, and I'm not going to sit here and get myself on recording saying that I wish I caught it because I don't. But I mean, it's interesting that it was on the website for that long and Netflix didn't have any legal trouble. Because I mean, I guess they just looked at it and thought, it's art.
Yeah.
Because I know like certain music videos and stuff on YouTube, or whatever, they have nudity in it, not kiddie nudity, but still nudity. And like if it's done right, they'll pass it off as art.
Well, I'm starting to think maybe we should cut this part out.
Nah, I mean like I'm not referring to kiddie porn. I'm referring to just like nudity in the context of film.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, like I've actually seen like nudity on TV. I was sitting in Jersey Mike's one day, and ESPN2 has had like this fitness thing, and I saw just on just like on cable, there was naked people because it was just it was considered photography.
Well, yeah. So, you
Yeah.
hear that news about PewDiePie and T-Series?
Oh yeah, that's super interesting. Cause it makes me sad to think that the #1 YouTuber will be a corporate channel.
I mean, it's got to be a corporation at some point. That's going to
Yeah,
happen.
like usually like the number one of anything is usually corporate, but like with YouTube, it's always been about independent creators.
Yeah.
And like that's why I love PewDiePie being number one. Like even like is that he is just an independent guy. He doesn't have like, yes, he has editors, but he doesn't have like his own movie set or anything.
Yeah.
And like
That's true.
like T-Series are compared to Vivo and stuff, and all the top YouTube channels that aren't individuals are Vivo with 20 million, 50 million, whatever subscribers.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think it should count if they do get like
Yeah,
just get surpassed.
that's what people have been saying, is that like PewDiePie, even if he's thrown over as the biggest YouTuber, he'll still be the biggest individual.
Like he'll be the biggest independent star, but I mean, even that's gonna come to an end eventually.
Eventually, but we're talking a long time from now. Like no one is really that close to him. Is anyone else even 50 million yet?
No, I don't think so.
I think like the closest is like people in like the 20, 30 million.
I believe there's like 20 million.
15 million, you say? Like I know Shane Dawson has like 20 million.
No, Markiplier is like 22 million, I believe.
Yeah, Shane Dawson is somewhere in the 20 millions. Smosh is somewhere in the 20 millions. I don't know who else or what else, but
Yeah.
it's weird to think Smosh is like, aren't they shutting down or aren't they quitting or something?
Well, Smosh.
Yeah, isn't something like, I know Anthony he quit a while back. Isn't aren't they just quitting it altogether soon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I don't know much about it, but it's weird to think that they've been around for so long. Like, I'm surprised it didn't stop sooner. Because when was the last time you even thought about Smosh?
Oh gosh, I I very much rarely do. There's Smosh games maybe, but
I don't even like Smosh games. Like the last time I thought about Smosh was when the movie came out.
Oh yeah. Well, they did something with WWE superstars, and I was like, oh, that's neat.
I never saw that. I know it's really unfortunate, but I know Ian's wife, who she's like a former Playboy star. Playboy.
What?
Yeah, he dates like this supermodel woman, and she's good. She's good friends with Susie Mortimer from Game Grumps, Aaron Hansen's wife.
Oh yeah, love them.
Yeah, but I know Pamela Horton's her name, and I think she's having a battle with cancer.
Oh.
Yeah,
So,
it's super unfortunate, but I think she's winning it.
oh, that's good.
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure I'll hear all about it if she does get to a bad point, but it's really unfortunate to know that someone like that is bad. I don't want to hear that anyone's battling cancer, to be honest.
Gonna go ahead and drop that.
F in the chat. Yeah.
Now, the chat is going up on YouTube as well.
I'm just recording the icons with the green rings around them. So that way I can key out the background, and it'll be over the background for the video. It'll be something just to distinguish our voices.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. What are some ideas you've had for the podcast, Christian, that you think could improve what we have so far?
One thing I thought about was adding segments.
Oh yeah, that's a really good idea, actually. I just don't want it to get repetitive.
Oh yeah. There's like write down segments like topics of the week.
Okay.
Important YouTube news that's maybe happening.
YouTube, that's actually a pretty good idea. We'll probably implement that next episode.
Yeah,
unless we have a guest.
Yeah, that's true.
But I actually kind of have some ideas. Like for segments, like I have an idea called Not Sponsored, where we talk about something that we like as if it were a sponsor, but
Oh,
it's
you mean
not.
like audible.com? Where you guys can listen to the best audiobooks if you don't like reading. My recommendation is Sam L. Jackson's Go the Fuck to Sleep.
uh, I need. There's a lot of books I need to read. Like I really want to watch. Not watch, but I want to read The Disaster Artist for sure.
Hmm.
And
Well, now that you mentioned watch, John, have you heard about Crunchyroll's newest offer? Um,
I
Great
know
anime for a fantastic price. I recommend you go.
I already have Crunchyroll. I have Verve, and that'll be mine for today. My today segment of not sponsored. Verve, they do sponsor YouTubers. Verve, if you're listening. Um,
We love you.
yeah. I love Verve. I know Crunchyroll gets a lot of shit, and Verve is virtually the same thing, but you get Crunchyroll, High Dive, the Nick Splat, Boomerang now, which
Hmm.
means you can watch classic episodes of The Wild Thornberries and Courage the Cowardly Dog on the same app,
And
and
Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo and Bugs Bunny. And there's
Ooh.
also some live action stuff. There's Rooster Teeth. There's Shudder, which is foreign horror movies and stuff like that. Um, Verve is awesome, and you get all these different channels, $10 a month.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cute.
Verve's really good. So
Anyway, not sponsored by.
that's my section of not sponsored. You did Audible, I did Verve.
Nice.
Now, what's your most anticipated movie?
Anticipated movie.
Is there something new coming out that you really can't wait for?
Believe it or not, no, not really. I mean,
Oh, come on. Have you seen the trailer for Detective Pikachu?
sorry, what?
Have you not heard of this?
No, I haven't.
The shittiest 3DS game ever made. I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's just kind of boring. Um, Detective Pikachu. I should really play the game more before I judge it because I've only played like the tutorial of the game and like it's fine, I guess. Um, but for some reason, instead of making a Pokemon movie, a Hollywood one based on something bigger, they went on this. They've decided to make it a crime mystery movie,
Oh,
based on.
that's bad.
Well, it sounds bad, but the movie looks fucking good.
Oh my god.
I'm not kidding when I say like okay, like the live action Pokemon, they do a live action interpretation of Mr. Mime.
What?
Yeah, it's Mr. Mime with like human flesh.
Oh.
That's the only creepy one. People are saying the Jigglypuff in the trailer is creepy. I think it's fine, but all the Pokemon have like photorealistic fur and scales and flesh. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, now Mr. Mime's gonna haunt my nightmares. Thank you for that, John.
Did you hook him up?
I didn't hook him up, no, but I am looking him up.
You're hooking him up. You're hooking him up right now.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think of that live action Mr. Mime.
Yeah. Give me a sec. It's coming up. Oh. Oh.
It looks creepy, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't like that at all. Oh no. Get it off of my screen.
I like your idea of I'm changing topics now. Detective Pikachu out summer 2019. Go see it. But I'm changing topics now. You had an idea of doing YouTube news.
Yeah. For instance, the PewDiePie vs. T-Series thing,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah. And I just wanted to say, do you ever feel like the golden age of YouTube is gone?
Oh, yeah. I definitely used to watch more YouTube, like, a couple years ago, back when it was cooler.
Well, do you remember when, like, YouTube had that homemade smell to it? Like, it just, not smell, but you know what I mean? Like, that homemade feel where people got cameras and made stuff in their backyards and their living rooms. and it was oozing with charm.
Hmm.
Like even like early Smosh, old AVGN, or just
Lucas Cruikshank, as much as I hate that guy.
yeah. I mean, like I don't know what you're talking about, but like when I think of like old YouTube,
Fred.
oh yeah, oh yeah, him. And like even though I will say, like Fred, as crappy as his content was, at least it was like this nice homemade content.
Yeah.
And you even had like classic stuff like is it a good idea to microwave this and Super Mario Logan, like those, like that stuff doesn't hold up well, but at least it was kind of like what YouTube was like meant for.
Yeah, but nowadays you have people, especially the people that YouTube crowns as,
Like
the best.
BuzzFeed and infographic and T series and stuff like that. Like
You can't talk about like this new age of YouTube without mentioning, of course, the Paul brothers.
and
And,
like PewDiePie put it well when he was talking about Logan. He said, "I want to like you, Logan, but you're making it very difficult."
oh yeah,
And
well, both of them do.
like
Like,
I related to that so much. Like I do want to like them,
yeah,
and I think that's why people keep talking about them. Is that a lot of people want to like them because they have a certain bit of appeal, but they're just not there.
they're charismatic, but they
Yeah,
don't use their
and like Jake
charisma
Paul,
in the right way.
I gotta give him credit. Jake Paul never filmed a dead body for one, and
Yeah.
and he like it's Everyday Bro, the song that made him famous amongst not just his
Oh,
pre-existing audience, but his like all of YouTube knew about him because of It's Everyday Bro. That song, that whole video was the idea, the shooting, the song, 12 hours. It was all made in 12 hours.
oh yeah, I imagine that's about how I feel about the quality of that song. Is I could
I'm
definitely
not
tell it
saying
was
they
made short term.
I'm not saying it was made a masterpiece with that amount of time. You definitely could do better, but the fact that he gathered that many people and resources to make that
Yeah,
is still interesting. Like yes, it's because he has the money, but at the same time, not everybody would just be willing to do that.
oh yeah, that's true. But
And
I mean,
I respect that aspect of his work, but at the same time, he's an annoying, disruptive guy.
arrogant as hell.
Oh yeah. And I think there's just like this weird balance where like he's like almost entertaining, and then he just falls flat. But I mean like,
Yeah.
and people have noticed that like Jake and Logan Paul, like their popularity, they're still huge. Don't get me wrong, but their popularity is going down a bit.
Oh yeah, it definitely.
It's kind of like Fortnite, where like it goes down in popularity, but it definitely evens out.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I can only imagine that this year's YouTube Rewind is gonna be nothing but Fortnite references.
I hope it's just 8 minutes of default dance.
Oh.
Could you imagine just 8 minutes, just like people doing the default dance, and every time it's a new dance, a new YouTuber joins in. It's the same jingle every time.
I could see YouTube doing that just to make money from people who made Fortnite a big
And
game.
it's confirmed. Like Felix has already gone on record for saying that he will not be in YouTube Rewind again this year.
I mean, you gotta think about it. It's wrong that they're not letting him on to YouTube
I
Rewind.
don't.
You can see why, but
I don't think they want him to. No, not the other way around. I don't think Felix wants to.
oh well, yeah, I could see that. Um,
Because I don't know. Felix is trying to keep things pretty down to earth. He doesn't want to seem like a big, like flexer or anything.
yeah. Well, I've never seen Felix as like a huge, arrogant guy. He seems genuinely humble
Yeah, he
about
is,
what
and
he's
like
got.
yeah, that's like what he's saying. Like with like, there's even like that streamer from TwitchCon that said like he thinks of himself as like above the average person. Woo, but like Felix, he always has said like, I don't want to be seen as anything more than just a human being.
Yeah,
And like I respect that about him. I know he's done some questionable things in the past. that but it's forgivable in my opinion. Like I don't, I like you know I don't agree with him like saying the N word or anything. I think that was a bad move. But I mean, like he's apologized and he's moved on.
Yeah, and not only that,
It didn't.
I don't
It
want to sound like a bad person here, but I really don't think you should like immediately jump on somebody for saying a word.
and
I
yeah, me too.
understand it's a racial slur, but like
Absolutely.
he said it once.
It. Well, he did say it with like an A before. He said it with an A. But
Yeah,
this was like a hard R coming out, and like I understand why people would get upset at that. But like there's even like been people saying like he regretted it, he apologized, he moved on, and and you can tell just by talking about PewDiePie, he doesn't feel that way.
no, he doesn't at all.
Like if you just like watch Felix, listen to his tone of voice, that's not who he is.
It didn't even sound like he wanted to say it when he said it.
It just like that's what I'm saying. Like he just like what's the worst thing? What's the worst insult? He was trying to think of something bad, and like
Yeah,
the worst thing that came into his mind slipped out, and and I know like slipped out is kind of like a bit of a bad excuse for something like that, but I mean like it really is just what happened.
yeah. Think of it this way. Dan from Game Grumps had something almost similar happen.
He almost he admitted to it. He lived up to it. He's like, ooh, almost dropped an N
I
bomb,
almost, yeah. He
and
was
that's
like, "What up, bitch?"
yeah, that was a really good episode, and
That was fantastic.
j- we'll get back to that. I do want to mention something about Game Grumps in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
But because there was a bit of something with Ghoul Grumps that happened recently that I found very interesting. But
Oh, yes, we'll get to that because I think I know what you're
but
talking
I do want to bridge the gap to it real quick with back when JonTron was accused of being a racist, and I don't think I don't think he is because he says something in an old episode of JonTron that makes me think that he's not racist.
about.
Um, but he used to drop the N word several times in the Sonic 06 episode.
Oh, nice.
Remember that?
No, I haven't seen any of
Oh,
the Sonic 06 episodes.
Sonic 06 is one of their best series. It's really fun. But the problem with it is that there was one episode where like JonTron just said it over and over and over and over, and Barry kept bleeping it out, and and that made me think like, man, maybe JonTron does do something that she shouldn't. But now but like I gave it some more thought, and it's like he was playing it up for like the microphone, like he was playing it up for the sake of comedy.
Yeah,
And like you can get out of control when you have like your camera personality on for too long.
yeah,
Um and he doesn't do it anymore. Like that's not his style of humor anymore. Granted, we don't know what his style of humor is anymore because he barely tweets and he hasn't uploaded.
I actually wanted to mention that in the final part of our YouTube news segment. So we're gonna move on real quick to the
No.
thing about Google Grumps.
Yes.
Okay, I think is what you're talking about the gosh, sad Aaron.
Yeah, the video of Aaron apologizing over Ghoul Grumps.
I don't know why. I mean,
Now, here's the thing.
it's fine. Like
There
it
was a
shit happens. I understand.
there was a thing on the subreddit saying that people got the impression that Aaron no longer cares about the Game Grumps, the Lovelies, the Game Grumps fan base because he didn't do Ghoul Grumps.
Mhm.
And you know what Ghoul Grumps is, Christian?
Yes, I do. It's their show format. Like whenever Halloween time rolls by, with it's just a different intro, and they play Halloween themed games.
Yeah, that's literally all it is. I was gonna say, Ghoul Grumps is Game Grumps.
Yeah,
They didn't stop doing Game Grumps for the month of October. They just didn't call it Ghoul Grumps.
yeah. I mean,
And
like,
and that's why it kind of made me mad because people are like, oh, saying we want Ghoul Grumps, and you're getting Ghoul Grumps. It's just in the form of Game Grumps. And
yeah. So shut your faces, people.
and like
Jesus.
like I don't want to call people like entitled because like I remember like the uh the Diablo fan base, like Pat the NES Punk. He's a more obscure-ish YouTuber. He's been around for a long time. Um,
Mhm.
but he's never gotten very big because he's always kind of lived in the shadows of AVGN. But for a while everyone loved him, but recently he called the Diablo fan base entitled babies because they criticized Blizzard for announcing Diablo Immortal on phones instead of Diablo 4 or a Diablo spinoff or whatever for PC. And people got mad at him and unsubscribed from him for calling them entitled babies for wanting a PC game when they got a phone game. And that's not what I'm trying to be here. I'm not trying to call people entitled babies because they wanted Ghoul Grumps. I'm saying that if you get upset at Aaron personally for not doing it, like, it's just not that big of a deal.
No, it's not. Well, I do want to go back to what you said about the Diablo fan base.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing that happened recently.
Yeah. First of all, Diablo fan base, shut the fuck up. I understand why you're upset about Diablo coming out on mobile,
Mobile.
Mm-hmm. But like, do you know why there's not a new Diablo game? Because I'm fairly certain that earlier this year they just released a new WoW update, a huge WoW update. So
I've never played WoW. In fact, the only MMO, the only like major online game I've managed to be a part of in time, was I remember playing Call of Duty Online back in the day, just for a little bit, because my brother bought Xbox Live for a few months, but like that's not, I wouldn't even consider myself a big part of that. The only online game that I got to play while it was popular was Fortnite. And I will say, the only MMO I haven't played yet, but I did download RuneScape, and by God, I will play it.
I love that game.
You like we should play RuneScape together. We should fucking let's play RuneScape.
Oh yeah, we should. Oh, that would be kick-ass.
I have the means to do it. You can teach me how to play.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that'll be our next video.
Oh yeah. But anyway, back to what we were saying. WoW is...
That will be in place of episode 2, though.
Okay, yeah. But WoW is... It's huge. It is probably one of the, if not the most played MMOs of all time.
Is World of Warcraft as big as it ever used to be? Because I remember in like 2004, 2006-ish, there would be people who never went outside. They just played World of Warcraft full time.
Yeah, well, I mean, the popularity is definitely diminished just a little bit, but it is still going strong.
Yeah, so it still has like millions of people playing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I know people...
Like tens of millions.
People are upset with it because they consider the older World of Warcraft games to be better, but you can't play them anymore because Blizzard would shut down fan-made servers.
Yeah, they shut down fan-made servers of Vanilla WoW, which was, in my opinion, one of the best versions of World of Warcraft ever made.
I find that shitty on Blizzard's end. Like, they shouldn't do that. People are passionate about this game.
Oh, yeah. I would like to bring up a couple of the MMOs that I was a part of when they were popular. Still am for a couple of... let's see. Number one, and keep in mind, some of these were from when I was a child. Club Penguin.
I never got to play Club Penguin. I do remember there was a time of when I was talking to an old buddy at work about online MMOs, and I'm trying to remember what the one I remember was. But do you remember Toontown?
Oh, dude, I was gonna mention Toontown as well.
Toontown. I barely ever played it, but I remember it being interesting. Yeah.
I love Toontown. I love it still. They shut down the original Toontown.
They did, but there's a fan server now.
Toontown Rewritten.
Yeah, and I know another one was Wizards 101. Do you ever play Wizard 101?
Yeah, I love that one too.
Yeah.
I have a child's mind. It doesn't take much to entertain me.
Oh, you're talking to someone who. I have two favorite shows right now. One's Kidding, an adult dark comedy with Jim Carrey, and then
Nice.
my other favorite show right now is OKKO.
Ah,
Have you seen OKKO?
I've heard about it. Apparently,
Okay,
it's fantastic.
it is the funniest shit. Like I will like it's a kids show. It's a kids cartoon, but there is references that kids would not get. And I'm not just talking about dirty jokes. There's like references to old metal songs. Like I remember there's one episode where they specifically quote like classic edgy 90s metal like Korn and Linkin Park and Evanescence. And like recently they did an episode where they bring back the girls from Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School.
Oh, are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, they got the same voice actresses and everything.
Oh, that's kick-ass.
Yeah, that it was an amazing episode too, and not only that was it was really funny, and they did a episode called Crossover Nexus where they referenced damn near every single modern Cartoon Network thing, and I'm not just talking about Gumball, Adventure Time. I'm talking it goes as far back as like Hi Puffy, Amy Yumi, Generator Rex, Flapjack, Ed and Eddie. All that stuff is in this and more.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and it's in a 10-minute episode nonetheless. It is a super interesting show. I've only seen like about the first fifth of season 1 so far. It's already one of my favorite cartoons of all time. I just haven't had time to get back to it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, anyhow.
The point of all that is I'm also a man child.
Oh man. But we were talking about MMOs, right?
Yes, we were talking about World of Warcraft.
Ah, I play World of Warcraft, not as much as I used to, but I still.
Does anyone?
Yeah, probably not.
I think if you want to talk about like people who spend 8 hours a day playing video game, there's like two types of people that will. There's like I've met people in college who he admitted to playing 8 hours of whatever game a day, and like there are people who spend a lot of time playing games online, but if you want to meet people who seriously veg out and play video games 12 hours a day, just eat sleep shit video games repeat, you got to go to South Korea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be me when I get Fallout 76.
Is that game any good? Like, I've heard people say that it's great fun. I've heard people say it's absolute shit. What is it? Make up your damn minds.
I can tell you.
I'm hooking up
I
Metacritic right now.
love it. I love it to death. I played through the beta. It is so good. Like, admittedly, the multiplayer could be better.
Okay.
It could be better. But
oh my
if
God,
you play
Christian, it's sitting. There are no critic reviews, but right now the user score for Fallout 76 on Metacritic is a 2.8.
Jesus.
People fucking hate it. Let's read it. It might just be. There's a bunch of 10s, and then worst Fallout game ever played. Fallout has lost all identity and played the game after the beta was confirmed. Nothing has changed. This is genuinely no. Hang on, some of them are meme reviews.
Real quick, I'm gonna hop on Metacritic and read these as well.
Yeah, but I will say, I don't even know. Like, I've just heard polarizing things about the game. Like, is it good? Is it not? And I think my conclusion I've made from it is that it might be a good game, but it might not be a good Fallout game.
Oh yeah. All right. Let me read you one of these 10s. All right. From Ferox Los. I guess I said that right. They say
PS4 reviews, or are you on the?
No, I'm on the PC reviews,
Okay.
which, by the way, has a 3.0.
That's a little better.
Yeah. This first 10 out of 10 review is Oh
2.5
God.
user score for the Xbox One version.
Oh Jesus. I can barely read this review because it's such broken English. Let me try.
I'm only
I'm gonna
seeing
read it in the
one.
broken English.
I'm only seeing one user review. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, there is a 3.0 for the PC version.
Yeah. Let me read you this review in the broken English that it is written in.
Okay.
I playing Fallout series games since 1977.
I guess.
1997. I guess.
It's funny because right when you started reading it, I managed to find it.
Oh my god. This game is something different that we was having in F1, F2, and now F3.
The most recent one, F3. But game
Smiley
is
face, but game is still good. Story and investigation quests are interesting. Smiley face, and you will find yourself here playing solo as well. The world is beautiful and huge. Smiley face, bugs question mark. But do not judge it for that. Balance, balance,
easy there, buddy.
maniacs. Balance maniacs and perfectionists, well, not perfectionists, will have to wait for a few months.
So
I
basically,
love broken.
it's just him saying balance maniacs and perfectionists will have to wait for a few months. So he's basically saying it's a good game and it'll be even better when they update it.
I think so.
A game should be good at launch.
Well,
It's not like
but I
No Man's
understand.
Sky where you can wait for 3 years and update it and be like, it's good now.
True. Let me read you the 0.
Yeah, let me see the 0. Is this from Top Fire CX?
No, the one below it.
Delta.
Palad Inco Lavret. There
Yeah.
is nothing to play. Just play F4 with tons of mods. Cheers and pray to all gods for Bethesda to switch awful creation engine. Ha, this is not even an engine, but a piece of a piece. I am upset. I love it. Oh no.
I will say I've had Fallout 4 for like 2 years now and I've never touched it.
It's so good. I love Fallout.
Some people say like New Vegas is the true Fallout 4 because it's better.
Wrong.
Wrong. I've
Wrong.
heard
I
different
love
things.
New Vegas. I love New Vegas.
Everyone seems to disagree on Fallout. Everyone has their own preferences. Some people say 4 is the best one, 3 is the best one, New Vegas is the best one, 1 and 2 are the best ones. I don't know.
Well, Fallout 3 is just difficult.
Difficult. That's why I never touched Fallout 4. Is that I thought maybe I should beat Fallout 3 first, and then I just never touched Fallout 3 either. Although I do need my open world fix. I might start Fallout 4 soon now that I've been talking about it.
I mean, you should. It is really good. But you're going to have trouble for a little bit because it's not as difficult as Fallout 3, in my opinion, but it's still.
That's fine. I'm not really. Lately, with my time to play games and my preferences, I haven't really been looking for the hardest game.
Yeah, I mean, you could also. Do you have it for PS4 or Xbox?
PS4.
I don't know if it's on PS4, but on Xbox One they have mods.
Yeah, I don't know. I could get it on Xbox One with Game Pass. It's free with Game Pass.
Yeah, I would get it to Game Pass on Xbox One, and because I love the mods on there. They do really well with them. The Creation Club is good, but I mean,
I guess I'll check it out. I don't know. Fallout 4 is one of those games where I regret paying $60. I got Fallout 4 for full price because I got a game I already owned for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I did. I don't remember what happened. I don't remember why I got rid of it. But I got Dishonored 2 for Christmas 1 year. And
then you don't have to explain why you got rid of it.
I like Dishonored. I think Dishonored's a good game.
I can't stand Dishonored.
Dishonored's, I won't say it's great, but it's cool. I I don't remember. I think I had a different plan with it, or maybe I couldn't fit it on my hard drive or something. Whatever it was, I got rid of it and I traded it for Fallout 4 on the PS4.
Mhm.
And now I see the game going for $20. And it, I
Fallout
mean,
4?
yeah, Fallout 4 is cheap as hell.
Oh, yeah. Well, I
It's
mean, so was Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, I mean Bethesda makes all their games affordable after a while. And I remember Skyrim was $60 for like 10 years, but I mean, it's Skyrim's still expensive if you want to play it on Switch or VR.
I don't know if I want to play it on Switch.
Well, it runs really well on Switch. It runs better than the original Xbox 360 version on the Switch. It's at 900p.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Well,
it's pretty good.
my only thing is, with Nintendo
Yeah.
and some of the games, it's like they take a lot of like the gore out.
Well,
Which
we're not living in the Super Nintendo days anymore. They have Doom and Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch now, and they're just as violent as they are on Xbox One and PS4.
now are they as like gory?
Yeah, the
Or,
graphics aren't as nice, but it's just as gory.
oh, okay.
And I will say Nintendo is probably even more adult than Sony right now because there was recently a game, an anime pervert game, called I think it was called Neko Maids or whatever. It's a game about a maids, um, with cat ears. You know, simple concept. Maids with cat ears, cleaning your house, making you sandwiches, letting you spank them on the ass, whatever. Um, there was and there was a mode in this game was an M-rated pervert game. And the PS4 version was dumbed down so much that it made it an E for everyone.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, and the Switch I think it has a Switch version. I'm pretty sure either the Switch version exists and it's rated M for mature, or I'm thinking of the PC version. Either way, Senran Kagura Reflections and Galgun 2 are two examples of games that I own, that are rated M for mature due to sexual themes. And oh no, I'm not thinking of Neko Maid. Neko Maid was an example of a game PS4 censored or Sony censored. Um, there was an ecstasy mode in one of the Senran Kagura games called Burst Renewal, and that got taken out for the PS4.
Oh, that's
So Sony just doesn't want their consoles being associated with hentai, but Nintendo's all for it.
yeah. Oh
So
man.
Nintendo's not the family friendly company. Like yes, they are still family friendly by all means, but I mean like they back in the 90s they wouldn't let blood be in Mortal Kombat. They wouldn't let a game like Night Trap be on their system because it's too sexually suggestive. And now you got Night Trap on the Switch, and you got Doom on the Switch, and Lord knows what other fighting games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nintendo doesn't censor anything like they used to.
Yeah. That's alright.
Yeah, so good job, Nintendo.
You have successfully introduced perverts into the world of Mario.
I don't think they've introduced him into the world of Mario, but they definitely welcome um, hentai lovers to be a part of the Nintendo family. And that was a conversation Tanya and I were having. We asked I we were wondering, do you think Reggie Fils-Aimé, president of Nintendo of America, do you think he watches like Nintendo Rule 34?
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's got to. I mean, he's got to.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he didn't. But I think we've been.
Oh, you're cutting out, man.
My mic was muted.
Oh boy, that's okay.
No, it's not.
Well,
But
I mean, like
I will
even
say
during. Okay.
I'm gonna have to edit out a lot of me sniffing because I have a slight cold now.
Oh, I have been desperately trying to avoid coughing, so I mean,
Well, I've been sniffing right into the mic, so I gotta edit that out for an hour. Yippee.
ah,
But I was wondering if you just wanted to wrap things up.
yeah, no problem, man. Because
Yeah.
I have to work tomorrow, so.
Yeah, we'll record again soon. Make episodes more regularly, and I gotta work on what the season 3 background's gonna be.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
Well, my sister's an artist.
yeah. I remember back when we were still doing season 1 quite regularly. You were talking about having your sister do it.
Yeah.
So see what
Uh,
she makes. I wanted to see if I can hire a street artist to spray paint it on the side of a building, like a brick building, and see if I could get a photograph of that. But that might be expensive.
and illegal.
Well, no, there's certain walls you can like buy and paint on.
Oh, true.
Yeah, there's a way to do it legally. But that seems like the ending of episode 1 of season 2, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Let's
it
sign
was a good
off.
one.
What is that? Are you loading a gun? Is it what was that noise?
No, I'm not loading again. I was typing,
Oh, okay. Well,
trying to do it, trying to research things as well. So.
yes. Well, that's episode 1 of season 2 of Escape Pod. Tune back in soon, so you can hear us talk some more.
Yeah.
More episodes soon, everybody. This is just the beginning.
Oh, real quick before we sign off, I thought of a name for our fan base.
For our fan base.
Yeah,
Let's give them a name before they exist.
the escapees.
The escapist.
Oh, the escapists.
The escapees. The escapist. Rapist.
No, 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 no. Oh, you're traveling in territory. Yeah.
We'll see you next time, the escapist.